Timmy was excited when his parents told him that they were all going camping on the mountain of the big forest. It was one of his favorite spots. When they arrived at the campsite, Timmy's parents started unpacking the car and setting up their tent. Timmy was twirling around in circles with joy. He loved how the shadows and the sun played across his face and arms, the smell of the warm pine in the air. He could hear the creek and the birds chirping in the trees above. He was so happy. Timmy watched as a monarch butterfly lighted on his hand and waved its black and yellow wings at him. The butterfly suddenly took flight and headed for a path into the forest that Timmy had not noticed before. He ran after it and then slowed. He began walking into the forest looking for his friend. As Timmy walked along the path, he would pick up and look at different ferns and rocks that he found interesting. He would look up and watch the clouds touching the treetops. His butterfly was nowhere to be found, but his mind was on all kinds of new discoveries. Timmy saw a new trail going off the one he was on, and he decided to see where it would take him. It sloped down into a more dense part of the forest, and it was a bit darker there. As time went on, Timmy was getting a bit hungry and thought how he might start heading back to camp to get some lunch. He turned around and the scenery seemed to change. He walked up the path and he felt like he lost his sense of direction. He wondered if he was headed in the right direction. Something was different and he began to feel lost. He was getting scared now because suddenly he was lost. He started calling for his parents, but no calls came back his way. Timmy began to panic and started crying. He kept calling for his parents. The forest seemed to be getting darker. Exhausted, Timmy found a moss-covered old oak stump. He sat down to rest. He fell fast asleep. He woke later to something breathing heavy above him. He opened his eyes to see a curious, hairy face looking at him. He didn't feel scared. He was curious as the creature that was looking at him. Then Timmy remembered he was lost, and he began to cry again. The being spoke in Timmy's head. "Are you lost?" Timmy quickly said yes, and began crying some more. She gently said, "I can help you. Come with me." She took his hand and set him on his feet, and she beckoned him to follow. She started down the trail, and Timmy followed as fast as his short legs could carry him. After some time, the hairy lady squatted down on the trail and pointed. Timmy looked in the direction and could see his parents frantically calling out his name. "Timmy! Timmy!" His heart pounded with joy at the sight of them. He turned to thank the hairy lady, but she was gone. Timmy ran till he was out of breath and shouted, "I'm here! I'm here!" He then jumped into the arms of his father and cried again, but with the joy of being finally found, and he was safe. Later that evening, having had his fair share of s'mores, his parents asked him about how he got lost and how he found his way back. Timmy told him about the hairy lady finding him and leading him out of the forest. The parents looked at each other. Then they decided to tell Timmy something. They said, "You just met a Bigfoot." They both went on to tell him about the being. You were lucky to have not met a nice one who helped you. Sometimes they will hurt you and you will never return. The forest is their home, and because the Bigfoot knew you loved the forest too, she helped you. Timmy would never forget this adventure.